James,
Hey,
Dave, what's up?
what's
What's
going on, guys?
happening?
Right there.
Happy Wednesday to both of you. I'll,
Happy
I'll see if I can.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. There we go. Right there. There. Right over
Yeah,
there.
we got Mr. James Trillis from Curator. Thank you for coming on. It's last week. We caught you live watching the show. We're like, hey, you want to come on? And here you are.
Yeah, I was happy to do it. I really am. I watched last week and obviously previous episode, and I love what you guys are doing. I really do. I think you guys are, kind of telling it like it is and showing everybody what's possible and what's new. So it's really cool.
We're trying, and with folks like you and Danny just chimed in. Everybody coming on the show is just helping us all out. We thought it was perfect
Hey, man.
timing because you just had an update. So we want to hear about some cool things that Curator has just
God,
released. And we've been waiting. Like
it
you
was.
told me, you told us, and here it is. It's here.
Yeah, so it was a really large. It was a very large update. We premiered obviously over at PBX, and we were very happy to show it off there. We learned a lot from our customers as we spoke to them at PBX, as well as over the past, I'd say, year, because this has been an update that we have literally been behind for a long time. People don't realize what goes into an update. But taking a photo isn't as simple as just taking a photo, as we all know. It's how can you take a photo when there's no internet and you've got a little kid by your side unplugging something, and how do you make how do you get your photo booth to come back online really quickly? All those steps and making sure that the app actually works without any issues, so that it doesn't crash, or you don't have any issues with photo quality and so forth.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this update was huge. I mean, huge. And you saw it as well as every other customer that we've had. We've been getting a lot of attention right now from about our background removal,
Yeah.
especially for the 360 background removal. And I'm happy to show you all that. I mean, I don't. Actually, I could dive in right now if you'd like. It's up to you. You tell me. I'll switch the screen whenever you want.
Yeah.
Bring it up, James. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Come
We're
on.
gonna
All
do
right,
that, and
let's
people don't
rock and
want.
roll. I mean,
Yep.
just a quick, because I don't want to bore everybody. Honestly, I don't want to bore everybody with specifics in terms of what's new, but I'll just point out some of the key things that I like to talk to people. Number one, Canon, Nikon, Fuji, Sony cameras via USB. Incredible quality, top notch. We worked out so many different edge cases so that there is zero issues with this, whether it's tethered, was it directly to the iPad and you're doing it as a manual trigger, or if you're using this in a photo booth setup. LumaCube is back in the new Curator Live app. So LumaCube, if you're looking to add a external flash, this is the only external flash that exists outside for specifically iPads, and we do integrate with it. We also did a lot of other things, but most incredibly, we improved our AI background magic. And some of the other things to point out, which are new to the platform as well as the app, custom effects. I'll show you guys what that's all about. I'll also talk to you, which is the reason why I'm actually here. And again, let me just jump back over here. The reason why I'm here is because last week you talked about wedding shows and venues and so forth. And you had asked me, it's like, what is it that we offer that can help take all the photo boothers to the next level when they're doing a wedding show or a bridal show, etc. So,
Yeah.
as everybody knows that is one of our customers, we don't charge for any of those shows. We gift all of those to all of our customers, and we get behind and assist you with building those events. So, yes, I have to do a little plug there. That's me. I see Eric Churchill's walking in. He did buy some Luma cubes, and I know he loves using them. So here, let me jump back over to the browser real quick. The other things that I can notably talk about: 360 drone. Okay, if you did not see it at PBX, being able to use Picture Mosaic's 360 drone, it is direct integration with us. We're able to use custom effects in order to easily process the video and allow the customer to share it. So if you haven't noticed, there are a ton of things here. Ton of things, new digital prop categories, and new ways of managing the queue, and new analytics updates, and the ability to save raw photos and raw videos, and new ways of us integrating Dropbox. Definitely take a look at it. If you haven't seen this, go to Curator Live and obviously take a look at the full list. But just some of the things as I go through, and I talked about it a minute ago. Everybody thinks that managing and building and improving an application is very easy. I can't tell you how many photos, and these are just of me putzing around in my living room. This is of my kids, myself, my wife. We take tens of thousands of photos, I kid you not, to make sure that it is and works exactly the way you want it to. And everything from background removal to digital prop placement to you name it, it's here. We try to put it through the ringer. So these are just some of the examples, and these are some cheeky things. You could see here, obviously, examples of background removal with animated overlays, and my little daughter over here, Zoe, having fun. I love her to death. Yeah, this is some of the cool stuff. So let's go into some of the other details. So, Steve, Dave, you had you had asked about M50s and slow mo, as well as using an M50. This is all done with an M50. So all of these, and the quality is not great, I think, because of the frame rate for this particular podcast. But these are the slow mo examples, and us testing the M50 along with it, which is pretty cool. So you can integrate with that; it does work really well. Some of the other things that everybody's loving right now, and let me actually share this particular one. But everybody has been aggressive at asking how we did this. How do we do an augmented reality background removal? Basically, we placed the wow symbols in back of the person, placed it onto a 360. This is simply the easiest type of 360 setup. The quality is great. This was actually done with an iPad Mini. You know, people always ask, what do you recommend? And honestly, I love the iPad Mini. I think it's got a great camera. I think it's extremely powerful and allows you to do all these. But all of these designs that you see, that particular one, let me just jump over to find one. This one right here. This is me doing full body 360 background removal. And obviously it's gonna segment everybody in the background. But my point is imagine placing this again at any event where you know there's not a lot of people around the background. You don't need green screen. You know, here's another example of somebody else with a bit of slow motion into it. Obviously, it's, you know, this one's not lit up that well, so it's not defining the person. But once you start getting motion in there, it's incredible what you can do. Now, people are always asking, like, let me actually get to the right thing. You know, how is this done? And I'm going to give you a quick example. This is me inside of my house, and as you see here below, that's the bottom of the floor. That's the top of the floor. And if you look, the image is literally wrapped around you. So we're physically augmenting you inside of a cylindrical image. So if you go down, you don't see it. You can make the image size larger or even smaller. That allows you to do the 360. So technically, if I would have panned the camera up or down, you would have actually seen the floor as well as the ceiling where this person was, which is pretty powerful. Unique. I don't know of anybody else that's currently doing that, but just wanted to give you that example. Now, in terms of other 360 here, let me go back because I think I'm jumping around way too much. Let's go into custom effects. You know, being able to create some custom effects, and this is a bad example. Sorry, guys. I was actually inside my garage at the time when I was setting up the iPad. But being able to do some sort of matrix, you know, experience like this is fairly simple to do and very easy now that we have custom effects. And I'll show you what that looks like as well. Some of the other things that you could do with custom effects, being able to create cutscenes where this is me bouncing a ball, obviously on my head. This is me inside a cutscene kicking a ball, having the goalie grab it, which is really, really cool. I think I have it bigger here. So here's a better example of it. This is me inside of my living room. That's magic. That's me, again, not well lit, but I kick the ball. She goes and grabs it, and then it cuts right back to me, which is, again, a very simple video experience that you can create. So, other new things, and again, I'll speak to it now since that's one of the main reasons was this marketing at the top. We have the ability to now schedule SMS campaigns. So we all go to bridal fairs. We all go to, you know, wedding events, and you're trying to sell your service. Most of the time you're collecting data, and that data most of the time is no longer emails. It is text message, or excuse me, it's their cell phone number. So the question is how is it that you can market to those individuals? Well, now after the event, you can simply create a campaign. I'm going to go ahead and edit this one. You can simply name it, choose your Twilio number that you have set inside of your Twilio account. You can select the event that you want to send a message to. Okay, whatever that is, I'll go ahead and do this. You can type up whatever you want. Thanks for coming to the, let me see, bridal fair. Bridal fair. If you would love to use our photo booth, etc. You get my point. You can type whatever
Yeah.
it is that you want and basically schedule this. So this can go out either now, immediately, or you could schedule a date and time. And what it does is it allows you to now send a message, some sort of marketing, directly to all the contacts that you've collected uh, that have given you their cell phone numbers. Now, one of the questions that always comes up, hey, James, is there any type of disclaimer? Is there a way for us to have people opt in? And the answer is 100% yes. There is a disclaimer right here. You can change the title of the disclaimer. You can make it required. You can also change all of the text that is inside of the disclaimer. And this is a very simple disclaimer. Basically, right before the person sends it to themselves, a text message or the email, they can either opt into it or opt out of it. Basically, really, really simple. So this is extremely powerful. And I think this allows people in the industry to be able to take their business to the next level. Because everybody I spoke to has said that none of them reach out or use any technology to reach out to anybody that has left them their phone number. They try to call them, but how do you reach out to everybody? Unless you and I both know, you do a bridal fair, you could easily have 100 phone numbers, in a few hours. How do you reach out to those people? Before you weren't able to. Now you can. Extremely powerful. So
Yeah.
here, let me jump off of that.
Yeah. Let me ask
Oh,
you, James,
please.
real quick about that. So, we got the bridal show, and it's hard because the old days you had a piece of paper and people were scribbling. You couldn't even like read what their email was or read what their name was half the time. So now all this information is inputted into the photo booth because you've set that up. Now there's a disclaimer. I guess the one question I have is when they click on the I don't opt in, does your system automatically recognize that and they won't send the marketing to that person because they're opted out?
Well, it depends on which disclaimer you actually choose. There's an opt in and an opt out. First off, there's a difference between disclaimer and an opt in.
Okay.
A disclaimer, and let's be very clear here, if somebody walks up to your booth and you pop up a disclaimer that says, hey, by you using this and you sending this photo, you're allowing us to send you other marketing material, period. At that point, they just go through the process and they're
Hmm.
sent. That's it. Now they're in. There's no opt in or opt out. At that point, it's an opt out because you're giving them the ability to opt out. Our system doesn't opt them in per se. That's
Okay.
for you to do. You're going to be explaining to them. Now, you could make it required or not required. You could say, hey, if you want, you can take a photo. And then if they go to share, it can say, yes, it's required that they accept these terms, so to speak. And if they want, they can proceed. If they don't, it just loops them back and the next person can go take a photo. So, or you could do an opt-in or out disclaimer survey, which is different than this disclaimer. That's two different things.
Okay.
But for this, for simplicity's sake, it's a simple disclaimer that allows the person to basically be presented with a disclaimer that says, hey, you're going to give us your information and we're going to send you some more information and allow
Okay.
you to text them. Now, two caveats just to point out. One, you need to use your own vanity URL. And two, which means the text message is going to come from you. And two, it needs to use your own Twilio account. And the reason why is if you decide to spam everybody from your event at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's on you. That's not on us. We're
Correct.
just giving you the ability to do what you need to do. The point is, we're trying to give you as many tools as possible to allow you to grow your business
Yeah.
in the right way. We're also providing education. I mean, every customer that signs up, this as much as I do, guys. We speak with everybody, every customer. We talk to them. We do an onboarding. And the conversation isn't only about how to build an event. It's, hey, how could you build your business? What is it you can use? What kind of tools we offer that allow you to help you build your business? So yeah,
Yep. And I've been on those onboarding calls, and I still to this day get offered to do another onboarding call, which is great. That's what I
great.
love about the service. It's fantastic.
Appreciate
That's
that.
cool. What else do we got?
Oh gosh, what else? Oh, here, let me share some more things,
Yeah.
guys.
Let me find
Let me
that
go
screen.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. So I'll show you a few other things. So some of the cool other aspects of it. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's click on to here. We've got custom effects, which I think I showed
Yeah.
people. You can go ahead and obviously associate a button with that, which is what I'll do. But on page 4, when you're in custom effects, it looks just like Adobe After Effects.
Hmm.
This allows you to create a video. So, for example, let's just say I want to take or I want to capture a 6-second recording or even a 5-second recording. Let's just make it easy. Let me go ahead and remove these real quick. I'll delete these just so that we can start with a fresh canvas here. Delete, and then what I'll do is I'll move this down. Okay, so let me cut this actually. Cut, and I'll paste it down here. Paste. Okay, so just like Adobe After Effects, you need to think about what it is that you want to create. You know that you are creating a 5-second recording, and that's what this is. For example, also we do have these templates, which, for example, if I click load, it's actually going to load a template. I don't have the videos up right now, but this is a very useful system to allow you to quickly get a custom effects experience going. So just like the experience that I'm showing you right here, I have a 6-second recording. And what I've done is I've added 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the recording. The first recording is just at regular speed. I'm actually playing it. It's a 6-second recording, but I'm only playing the first 3 seconds of it, as you can see here. I don't know if you could zoom in there or not. And then it picks up and goes slower for the remainder. So basically it goes regular speed into slow speed, and then from slow speed reverse all the way back to regular speed backwards. So this is like a boomerang, but it's slow speed into normal speed into slow speed into normal speed again, and then back again. So that's what that does. So this is extremely powerful because it allows you to, again, add everything from a recording, an overlay, simple PNG image, an MP4 overlay, which I'll show you an example. You can also do background removal, whether it's a static image, remove the background and actually add a static image behind the person, or even an MP4, add pre-roll, post-roll, as well as audio. And you're able to literally build out the way you want this recording to look. And then from there, you'll get experiences just like this. For example, let me show you a few, or something like this. Or if I could find it really quick, bear with me for a second, guys. I have way too many links up here. Yeah, so all these were built using the custom effects. And I use this one as an example. Let me click on it. Actually, I don't have the setup for that. So there it goes. This is me looking extremely exhausted, cutting myself in half, zooming myself in. And this is all done with custom effects. And again, these are just basically the templates that we've actually created using the system, which is fairly simple. The animated overlays, I think we're all familiar with animated overlays, MP4s, etc. No different than anything else. You're simply just uploading it. There's my kids, digital props, little animated background, animated overlay, single static image. Again, giving you the tools to be able to create almost anything. And that's what we do. Like, I'm a tool maker. That's what we do. And actually, I'm not even the tool maker. That's Jesse. Jesse is the tool maker. I just think of these ideas. He builds them. So let's get into, let's see. So what else did I touch on? So again, I'm most proud of the Canon, the Nikon, the DSLR. That has literally been probably the most used right now, as well as the SMS texting feature, which is extremely powerful, extremely powerful. So let's see. Jump back over here real quick. And yeah, I mean, I can go into more.
My gosh, there's so much. You could probably have a masterclass just on the video thing alone.
And we are, and that's exactly what we're looking to do. But let's if you don't mind, let's get back to weddings, bridal shows.
Yeah.
Let's get back to wedding. Okay, so we've got thousands of people all over the world utilizing our application. And most of them are being used at weddings, bar mitzvahs, and shows and all that. And everybody goes out and everybody tries to pound the pavement and figure out, how it is that they can go and get more business. And, one of the things that I find happening with many of the older, or how can I say, people that have been in the industry for a long time, they get a little complacent.
Hi, Dave.
They get a little complacent. Oh, wait, no, wait, this way. They don't. So, I can't tell you how many times I look at somebody's bridal show activation, and mind you, it depends on the location. So I'm not putting anybody down, because some people just do a bridal show with two things. They'll take a single photo and they'll do a photo layout and they print, period.
Yeah.
And they love it. And they sell that all day long, and that's what they make a buck on. don't be afraid to reach out, whether using our software or anybody else's. I think people should considering the next generation, the new generation, and all the new techniques and things that are out there. I think people look at some of the cool things, such as the background removal, such as the custom effects, or digital props, even things that have been in the system for a long time for all of the apps that are out there, but specifically ours. And they're afraid to even attempt to use them. I have one customer right now that to this day, they have access to everything, but all they do is photo strips. That's all they sell. That's
Uh-huh.
literally all they sell, and they sell it, and they do a hell of a job selling it, and they make a ton of money doing nothing more than printing photo strips, and they don't even use a gallery. And I don't, after many conversations with this individual, it's because they're afraid to try something new and introduce something new. And I would say for all the new people that are out there that are coming into the industry, they're seeing all this new and they're replicating the new. They're replicating everything new. But if you want to stay relevant in your area, no matter if you're like, hey, people only like printing in my area,
Yeah.
I would be hesitant to just think that. I would say go out on a limb, go in there and add a boomerang, even
Yeah.
if you don't do that, simple as that is, and maybe attempt to reach out to somebody like Clay or whoever it is and get a animated overlay. Put an MP4 overlay. The introduction to MP4 overlays, which now with us, I'm sure others with us, you can now have an MP4 overlay and then add a static image on top, which
Yep.
means you don't have to get creative. You just need to put a logo at the bottom of the photo and let the animated overlay do its thing, but you can make it do some incredible things. I mean, to be able to have palm trees floating in,
Oh,
or if during the holidays, I know Halloween, I know, photo with they've got the spiders crawling down the screen.
yes.
That is easy and awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Photo booth graphics is a ton of cool animations. Um,
absolutely. Photo
I
with
love.
graphics, you've got Clay, you've got I Like It, you've got Booth. There's several other sites out there, and I highly recommend everybody take a look at everyone because I think everybody has something for you.
Photo
Um,
booth. I'm trying to pull it up now just to kind of give people a visualization. And I'm using a different screen, so I'm kind of leaning to the one side. There it is. So
that's
what
okay.
what you're talking about here is
Yep, there he is.
animations, right? And there's
Animated overlays, animated backgrounds. You know,
all kinds of crazy cool stuff that they've got on here. Where is it? There it is.
uh, I was going to say click on animations. Yeah, you'll see it'll pop up.
Yeah.
It's a bit slow. Our
No,
internet is
it's
running
because I'm using
slow.
two screens. There we go. So for
So
example.
this is hearts. There you go. I mean, that's a touch to start screen, which again, I actually had a conversation with him today, which is, I'm not finding a lot of static attract screens, but the reality is not many people are doing static anymore. They're all doing animated.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, and I think it's important. So going back to the whole bridal aspect of it,
Yep.
staying relevant and increasing your business. I mean, it goes for everybody. Obviously, you always have to constantly be innovating, but don't be afraid to reach out. I mean, with us, we speak to everybody. We have an 800 number. Call us. Hey, what's new? What can I do? What could you add to my event? Obviously, we're going to help you if you're having a bridal show, and I want to help you
Mm,
because if you land that business, that means you're using us. So therefore, we're willing to do that for you.
yeah.
And I highly recommend those features. Yeah,
Yeah, you've coached me through that a few times, and I've stuck my neck out a couple times. So there, I've got a couple clients that I work with a lot, and they always wanted just the prints, and then finally got
hmm
into the digital, and then I added on. They didn't even know it. One event I did for them, I brought in the animated background, and towards the end of the night, after they've settled in and they had the fun, I showed it to them. They're like, "I've never seen this before. This is amazing." But if I would have had that conversation on the phone, they would have been like, "Nah, we don't want that," because it's one of those things that these people need to see it to
they
understand
do
it. Yeah,
absolutely.
and now they want it for almost every event.
It's again, you got to go on a limb. You got to chance it. You got to take a chance. Oh, I see Rex over there. What's this? I
Rex is
can't read what
in.
he's saying. Was that Rex? You
You
have
have
something.
yeah, you have Magic Green Screen 360,
I do.
DSLR compatibility, Curator
Yep.
campaigns. What's next for Curator in the future? What's left?
Well, we stand on the leg right now of creative and custom, and the reality is that we're trying to give everybody the ability to build
Yeah.
custom microsites, custom backgrounds, custom emails. That is all now possible. Custom URLs, custom let's see, design is soon to be added. I think I mentioned that to you guys actually before we actually started. We have a designer that we're currently building to help you manage your templates and help you pick and find custom backgrounds that you can use for your 360s and your photo booth activations. Before, back in the day, you had to go out and try to find, let's just say you're doing an event for, I don't know, give me something, 4th of July, and you're trying to find backgrounds that represent 4th of July. Well, being able to give you obviously imagery that you can now use for those without having to leave the system, so that it's not too difficult for you to actually build an event. Let's see, some bespoke. So, we're just trying to make it as custom as possible and giving you every possibility to help you grow your business.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's,
That's that's awesome.
I take a step back. Dave, this is you. I still remember it was you, Denny, everybody. We're at PBX. It was the first year or second year, and you're like walking over to me, and you're like, "All right, I got to see this." And I just remember where we were back then and how it was such a simple green screen app. Like, it was literally just an app that took a photo, and we had digital props. We were the first to ever do that.
No, it
So
was the magic, the
yeah,
magic
yeah,
feature that you had that
we
was
were
like,
the
oh my gosh, look at this. I don't need a background to do my green screen anymore. And you're like, yeah, you don't need it. I started using it, and my customers are like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I love this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's
It's
awesome. And
it's
now look at it. Look what it is now. Now it's 360. I mean, literally full 360, just like Rex was saying, full body, which is from head to toe.
yeah.
I don't know of anybody else that doing that. That in itself is incredible. So yeah, let's go back to myself.
And what I
Um,
love is it's just like the tip of the iceberg because
it
the
is.
the magic green screen. Let's just take that. So you put it out, but you didn't stop developing it because you've made it better with each different update, and now it's I see a
Yeah.
clear like huge impressive update to that. It's perfectly done. I love it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
So,
2 point. Oh, go Dave.
so what I want to know is what, and probably a lot of people want to know this, is what model, like iPads, should people be using for these new features to keep them running smoothly? I
yeah.
mean, I still have some of my old ones yet, and I've noticed that the newer features, it takes a lot more time to process.
It does. So
So
here's what I would say. First off, anything 2018 and older is where we start. I think that's every application, but that's where any of this background processing is going to start to slow down. It's not going to stop, but it's just going to slow down the time it takes to process. Any of the newer iPads, iPhones from, let's just say, again, 2018, 2019, um, all of that, I mean, you shouldn't have any issues processing. You can even use your DSLR, which is great. DSLR, just FYI, DSLR M50 camera with the background removal, forget it. It's green screen quality because the quality of the photo that we're ingesting and then processing is incredible. It literally is green screen quality. So I would suggest, and I always do, any of the newer iPads.
Uh-huh.
There's speculation that there's going to be some new change. Again, I'm sure everybody follows Mac and Apple, and they're always speculating something, but we're all speculating the fact that the the front-facing camera is going to get upwards of 20 megapixels, which is going to be incredible. At that point, you're competing with DSLR.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of the newer iPads we're looking at landscape, where the camera's actually in the landscape position. So all the manufacturers are going to have to rethink that one. That'll be a little interesting. There's still conversations about printing and being able to plug an iPad directly into a printer.
Yeah.
But with what I always suggest is try to stay current with your iPads. The good
Mhm.
thing is that if you buy an iPad today and you use it for the next 2 years, you can sell it for a few $100, and you'd only have to invest maybe an extra $200 to get the newest and greatest. Somebody's always willing to buy it.
Yep. So
So try to stay
yeah,
as current as possible.
yeah. The iPad Pro has the M2 chip, right? And then the
Uh,
Air
I don't
has the
remember.
M1 chip. And so I
Yes.
actually use the iPad Air, and everything works rather well with the new
Actually, that
functionality.
Air is perfect. There's no issues with it. M1 chip, it is fast. It's got a 12 megapixel front camera.
Mm.
And actually, it has a fast graphics card, which I believe is actually, I would like to say, I think the Pro is faster in terms of the graphics because there
Yeah.
is a graphic card or memory or something in it.
Hmm.
Yeah, the process is a little faster.
Here's
So.
another question from John Elizondo. Is video messaging coming?
Yes, John. So we have three things that are currently pending, which I message several people got a message today because we went through a priority list. Number one is Glam Filter. That is without a doubt number one on our list.
Yep.
Number two is video messaging. Both of those will be in there by the end of this month. So that'll be, just know that to be true.
By the end of
And
this
the
month, you'll have that.
yeah, because
Wow.
we have one customer out of the country that needs video messaging,
Okay.
and there's also one other thing that we're looking at, and I know there are a few other apps that might have it, but the ability to do things with the app based on gestures.
Does it have anything to do with fingers?
It could be with anything.
Get the thumbs, the other ones. Oh my
So
God.
we've had customers ask us if they could, whether you could put a hand up and trigger it, or give a thumbs up or
That
smile.
would be
It
And
cool
looks
if
like
it
a
actually,
finger.
yeah, if you got the middle finger, it just blurs it out automatically.
you know what? We could probably do that.
That would be interesting.
That would. But nah, I, I was talking to my partner, one of my partners earlier, and the conversation always comes up. It's like, dude, what else can we add to this thing? And every time we say that, the list just keeps getting longer.
Well, yeah. Well, here's one thing that I noticed. Like when I saw the update, normally it's like maybe one paragraph with one little thing. And
Oh
if
yeah,
you think about what Apple does and all the other major devices out there, they give you like one or two. They give you piecemeal, one or two things. You guys threw up, literally threw up a ton of really. The list is huge. I was like, I got to read this whole thing. This is just updates, not instructions.
no, it is. It's a big one, and there was a reason why. I mean, the reality is we went through Q4, the fourth quarter of last year,
Hmm.
with most of what we had already done,
Yeah.
and we would not, will not, never will release anything during the fourth quarter because we're in
Yeah.
business to help you grow your business, and the last thing we want to do is put a wrench in your process or your flow. There are a lot of customers out there that recognize us because of that. Like even now, we're still, Dave, you get on my case all the time, but we have the old application that's still running, Pixbooth 2, and
Mm.
we have customers that have permanent installs that we've guaranteed to them that we're going to make sure that we're behind you, we stand behind you, we're not going to just kick you off the system. We're
Hmm.
going to slowly move you on to the new one and get you set up so that you're on there for success. I don't want to I don't want to do anything. So hopefully that answers your question, but yeah, little by little we
Yeah.
keep adding. Yeah.
So one of the other updates I really like is the ability to save the raw photos. Can you walk us through
Yes.
that a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let me show you real quick. Actually, it's one of the simplest things that you could do. On the back end, on page 6, if you aren't familiar with our back end, you've got your microsites, which and everything. But basically, at the bottom, you have, and actually, I don't have it set up for this event, but you could save raw photos. This is where it would be. It would literally save raw photos. I don't have it set up for this account right now. Sorry about that. But that's where it would. And you have a chance to save raw photos as well as raw frames. So if you're doing a GIF, you could save each individual frame. If you're doing a photo layout, you could save each individual frame, as well as the raw photo that goes into that frame. if you had an overlay that was added to it. So there's a lot of possibilities there. And while I'm on this page, people are asking about the microsites.
Right.
Microsite. Being able to completely customize this to do and show the photo or video the way you want it to look. So this is currently in. And if you're interested in this, all you have to do is request access for this. We did not push this live because we're slowly bringing people onto this because it's a big update. If you're interested in any of the custom effects, which is the custom effects builder, if you're interested in the custom microsites, the custom email, the custom gallery and slideshow, all this other functionality, all you have to do is just reach out to us via the chat and we'll go ahead and add it to your account. It's literally a simple add. But we want to make sure that we educate you and train you before we actually do so. Something else actually. Here, hold up. Let's pull something up real quick. I want to pull up PBX. I didn't think, let's do this. I think I have this one set. I'm not sure. Oh, this one's set to the old one. I need a V2. Here we go. Let's go to V2. V2. Oh, I don't have this account set up for it. What I was going to show you is I was going to show you the analytics, but I don't have it set up for this account, so I'm not going to dive in there. It was worth a try though. What else?
Yeah, we got some people watching here. Ask away. And I do have a question about the microsites. Give me a use case scenario. What is a microsite? For those who don't know what it is, and how would they benefit from it?
Okay, so first off, the core of the system, everybody has a microsite. Every event has a default microsite. Basically, a microsite is nothing more than just a website. It's a website that contains the video or the photo that is sent to the guest. The link that you send them via text message is to the microsite. That microsite can contain anything. It can contain the video, the photo. It can contain call to action buttons. It can contain, in your case, art, remarketing code for Facebook, for Google Analytics or Google, as well as other buttons. You can essentially make the microsite look exactly like a website. So if you're landing Coca-Cola as a client, and Coke's like, you know what? We want to design this microsite that contains everybody's photo to look exactly like our Coca-Cola website. You can do that. Obviously, this is a tool that allows you to upsell. Typically a microsite is a second thought. It's like, it's not even a thought. It's you're going to get your photo. But being able to go to your customer and say, hey, we're going to brand this site so that when they get it on their phone, it's going to have your logo, but it's also going to have your call to action, your marketing code, all this information that your customer wants. You can sell them on that. Now, I'm speaking specifically to the higher end clientele that is looking for these types of things, not the wedding, and so forth. But you could use it for yourself at the wedding show and at the bridal show.
Yeah.
Being able to add the remarketing code so that every photo that goes out you're able to remarket to them. Or having it look like your website. Invest time to design this microsite so it looks like your website. Add your call to action. Want to book us now? Add your pop-up. Add a MailChimp code into it so that it pops up and you can opt them into your email list. Again, more possibilities, more tools, more options for you. So, yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully I answered the question.
Somebody just said, never thought about it that way. And that's why we ask these questions. Because it's one thing to say we have the tools, but examples like that of how to use them and how to grow our business is exactly why we're here. I love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. I'm trying to find. Let me see something.
Someone uses it for reviews as well, chiming in different ways that we can use it. Dave, we may have to come back at some point, or I might even have to do a special video of how I've applied these. So I'm gonna have to play around with it. I've got a few days off here. I have no events this weekend, so I'm gonna spend the time to dive into this stuff and rip it apart.
Let me see. Copy. Well, here I'm going to give an example of how you can utilize. Let me hit cancel. Let me go over current event. How you can utilize the power of custom to your advantage, specifically emails.
Okay.
So let me share my screen real quick. Actually, let me go into here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let's edit this, and I'm going to do something because I had some code that I'm going to import. Let me just import this really quick. But imagine if this photo right here, let's just say the photo that you send somebody
Hmm.
is right here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this email, you could literally send it at an email like this with the photo of the person in it or the video. And basically, they're in your advertisement. That's what this is. This is inside of our system, but you're literally building a full email that
Hmm.
gets sent to everybody. You got to rethink. Everybody needs to rethink what they're doing here.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think sending emails is extremely powerful. Sending text messages to a microsite, your microsite should not just have the video or the photo anymore. It needs to have more. It needs to look like your website because that is what people are expecting. You want to cut through all, your
Oh my
competitors and all that.
gosh.
Be able to go in and create a microsite with animations on the back, or even being able to, here, let me see if I can do this because I suck at this. Let's see. Subtitle, call to action, text, title, text. Where is it? Where is it? There, nav bar. So, taking it and putting a nav bar, this is a bad example, but move the nav bar up. I should move the nav bar up. But basically, putting the nav bar in a spot where you can turn this into your website. I'm just using it as an example. But rethink your microsites, rethink your emails. You need to rethink it. You need to rethink how you're utilizing them to your advantage. How is it you're going to get more business utilizing these tools? The
That's
day of the,
insane.
I just sent the photo is gone. And if you're doing an event where you're just sending a photo, rethink that because
Hmm.
you're losing business,
Oh,
especially at a
absolutely.
brand.
Yeah, the gears are going. They're in my head, and I'm thinking, last weekend I did an event. Actually, I DJ'd, and Danny Max and Iris came from Delaware. I was like, "Whoa, what are you guys doing here?"
That's
But
up.
I happen to have the roamer with me, and I wanted that because, yeah, I'm DJing, but I wanted to take some pictures and promote that I have this roamer. And this is a good example of where a microsite would have been really good because they would have gotten the picture. They would have seen my DJ stuff. They would have seen my photo booth stuff. They would have seen my audio guest book stuff.
No yawning, Dave.
I got up really early. I'm so sorry. That is so rude.
Just boring. We're
I
just
didn't
Calling you
know
out,
if
boring.
Dave.
I was under my breath kind of thing.
He's bored.
No, you're
He's
good.
bored, James. That's it.
I'm coming into this one with passion. Um, no, you really do, and that's the point. I mean, we all do the same thing, and I'll speak to all the apps out there. We all take a photo. We all take a video. How you send that video, how you send that photo. Look at Dave now. The point is,
You can go to sleep now, Dave. You got your eyes open.
but Art, there's the experience. Like when you think about it, obviously you want to create a cool experience on site at the event.
Yeah.
That's without stating anything else. But when they get home and they look at their photo the next day,
Hmm.
or even a week from then, they look at the text message or the email, they forward it to grandma. What else could you do? What else could you offer? How else could you grow your business? So there you go.
Yeah.
So again,
Well,
I'll say it. If anybody's interested, just request it and we'll give you access. It's
that's
already
awesome.
in the app.
That's fantastic. When you showed that one microsite, I saw like products and immediately thought to myself, you're doing an activation at a clothing store, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to present this to them. Say, hey, let's get a thing going, or wherever it is. You partner up with a retailer, and their photos are now going to go to a page that has products that they can click on, and then go to their site and buy. It's just that's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
All
All right. So
right.
hopefully I didn't have too much energy on this one.
No, it's and but the thing is, there's more, and there's just not enough time to cover everything. So
Oh my gosh. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. You're 100% correct.
So,
You know,
so James, what are some things that we might not know but might be wanting to see coming in the future?
uh,
Or what's on
so
the whiteboard? Put it that way.
oh gosh, let me pull it up. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen for all to see, but I can pull it up for me to see and to sift
don't give away
through.
all the
And
secrets, Dave.
no. So, obviously being able to utilize augmented reality more so with custom effects, being able to GoPro. GoPro's on the list. That's actually right after the third thing that we just talked about earlier.
Uh-huh.
So that's right there. We have a designer, which is again going to help everybody build out, or being able to, when they purchase their designs from a third-party site, being able to import them easily, move them around a little bit, and then utilize it. So that's something else. But what else? The gestures are really cool, like I
Yeah.
was talking to you about earlier, Dave.
You have a new
But I
front
would
end
say,
coming. You have a new front end, like a new website coming,
oh,
like design.
we have a whole new website. Actually, tomorrow morning I'm going through with the team. We're looking at or the individual or the group that's building the site. We're working with them, and we'll be meeting with them. Excited to see what they've done.
Yeah.
So, but
It
yeah,
better stay orange. That's all I have to say.
it is. It's going a little black though, so we're going more a
No,
little.
no, no, no. It has to stay
Orange.
orange.
It is staying orange. I promise you that.
Okay.
Between my orange sneakers and my orange shirts and my orange everything, it's definitely orange. It's not going anywhere. So, but what's the coolest thing? What would be the coolest that I could tell
Holograms.
you?
Eric just said holograms.
No, but
So,
that's the point. I think
yeah.
augmented reality, but video augmented reality. Somebody asked if somebody could walk on the screen. You could do that now,
Uh-huh.
technically, but then it's just a loop. But being able to either interact or uh, start a video to where they come in and then they stop, and then you could be right next to them, and be like, "Hey, John," or whoever it is, and be
Mhm.
like, "Stop," or something like that. I think that's going to be really cool. Uh, but Dave, I would say this: with the way the economy is and where everything has been for the past few years, the majority of our focus is assisting all of our users in building their business.
Yeah.
So whether it's adding new features or adding ways for you to reach out to the data that you have, that's where we're focusing on right now. So
Yeah.
that's some of the new stuff I would say. Yeah.
Nice.
So what you say about helping build? What is the way that people get in touch with you? If someone's watching tonight and they don't know Curator, or
Sure.
how do they get started? Let's
Go
let's
to
go back to basics. How do they
sure.
get started with what you
Really
have?
go to curatorlive.com, click on the get started button, create a free account. When you create the free account, you'll receive an email inviting you to do a one-on-one onboarding. When you receive that, take us up on it. I can't tell you how many people, even today, who try to just do it themselves, and they can, and they do. But when you get on the phone with one of our team members, you're going to be taken from here to way up here, and we're gonna help you be successful. So hopefully that hopefully answered your question, Dave. Sign up for a free account, get your free 30 days. We will absolutely help you out. You just have to request it, and we'll teach you and show you how to grow your business and how to utilize all the tools that I showed you tonight. Thank you, Dave, for asking that question, though.
Well, it's always good. It's always good because we get new people in the groups every day.
Mm-hmm.
That may not that are always looking what kind of iPad, what kind of software. So this making that recommendation is, well, check out Curator, and then for the people to just get started with you.
Yes.
That's the key. That you have that. It's not just a website where you click on stuff. It's getting in contact with that person that's going to say, hey, Art, you know, I saw that you just registered. Can you tell me a little bit about your business? And can we help? What can we do to help you? And getting that rolling with customers. I mean, that's how we kind of kicked it off originally. When I came over to that booth and saw this crazy guy, with this software that everybody was talking about,
Yeah.
iPads. Oh my God, it's getting longer. Hold
Uh,
on, let me do the same. You ready?
Oh my gosh. You guys are nuts.
I have a lot of
Um,
I have a lot of respect for all of you. But yes, Dave, you were saying sorry.
No, it's just we're
Little blue eyes. Oh God, too much fun.
it's the customer interaction is what I'm getting at. That I know that I've reached out to you many times, for help, and something stupid that I just forgot to click something somewhere, and you're like, oh yeah, you forgot to click this. I got it. Click it, reload the event, and everything's working fine.
Been there.
But you're in panic mode sometimes, and you don't know what's going on.
I
And
know.
I will say that your support team that you have, because I know it's not you 24/7, but the level of support that you have, and
Dave,
it's Curator isn't your only thing. I mean, you have, this is a part of a bigger business, obviously,
Well,
but
yeah, it is. Well, Dave, I'll say this. I'd like to say this. When myself and my two partners discussed building this application and getting into this industry, we said, why were we doing this? And the exact answer that we still say to this day is to help entrepreneurs grow, period. We're in it for the entrepreneur. There are people that I speak with, school teachers. I speak with correctional officers. I speak with magicians, and obviously people in the actual event industry, from the bounce houses to the photo boothing to the Coca-Colas of the world. All of those individuals, every aspect of them, we give them the same exact attention. And I love that we live on that leg, which is, again, helping you grow your business. And that's where we're going to continue to go, which is going to be to help you grow your business. I want to stay relevant. We will. We've been in this for well over 7 years. And I break a tear. I really do. I mean, I love my customers. I love the conversations that we have with them. And uh, I ask every customer, how's business? Because I really want to know. And I try to offer them some suggestions. And I learn. Even today, I was talking to somebody that actually said to me, you know what, James, I really respect your opinion because you talk to everybody and you have your hands on the industry. And the reality is, I never really thought about it, but we do. We kind of get a feel for what's new, what's being asked for. And if we can help you grow your business, again, that's what I want to do. Yeah. I love, just point out. So the other day I get on my Facebook page. I have to say this. I get on my Facebook page and I see one of the first pictures from a photo booth that I built with my son. And it was me holding my son in my arms when he was a baby. And I see so many people doing the same thing, and I
yeah,
love it. I see their event. They're at home, and I know they're just getting started in the industry. And they have their child in their arm, and they're just
yep.
taking that picture and that big smile, and they're green. I love it. I love it. I love it, and I want to help them as much as I can.
Ah, that's why I posted it. I wanted to get your attention. No, but you're right. It's like it's just like yours.
mine's in booth many times. So it's sex. It's just all I think it's a miracle life and kids you know go out the the caters for a while.
Yeah. Art, did you hear that? Because it sounded like a robot.
I was trying to get some Star Wars like droids coming in. I'm like, no, this is the perfect moment. Davey, did you have a voice changer on? Because that was awesome.
Now
You, s-
I don't know.
you sound like wait. He's smoking those candy cigarettes again.
There it is. So much the screen's turned yellow from all the nicotine.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Wow.
Oh, thank you,
No,
Dave.
that's playing around with the effects.
Yeah. Well, that's so for everybody. That's the new thing coming to Curator is the voice changer.
Robot. I am robot. Yeah, exactly. No.
Oh my god. Oh, amazing. Well, James, thank you so much.
See how I get picked on, everybody? This happens every week. My partner picks on me.
No, I
All
don't.
for good reason. All for good reason, guys. Oh, you're too funny. So we'll be out in California next week, so I'm looking forward to that. I fly
Yeah.
out tomorrow, so if anybody's out in Cali and wants to meet up, I think I'm going to make a pit stop over at a few of the manufacturers that are out there.
Now,
But if anybody hears this and wants to connect sometime next week, reach out to me, PM me. I'm staying out in the Anaheim area, and I'd love to connect.
Yeah. So you're at NAM, right? That's where you're going to be?
Yeah, I'm going to do a quick pit stop over there. Yep.
Right on. Awesome.
Looking forward to it with Danny Max,
Yeah.
and excited for that. Going to help him and support him at that show, and looking forward to meet some customers. Actually, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we know you got a lot coming up. You're leaving tomorrow, so you got to pack,
Oh,
get
yeah.
on that long flight to California. So, James, thank you so much for doing this last minute. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it, and everybody else here does. Folks, we're going to close it with that. Dave, any last words? I think that's you said enough, Darth Dave.
You know what? I'm just keeping my mouth shut the rest of the time. Just hit the button, do the outro. Let's go. Come on.
Done. Thanks,
Fine.
guys.
We'll see you guys next week, James. Enjoy your trip.
Appreciate you guys.